There, she's recording. I'll time lapse this later. Hopefully the camera stays. And make sure I don't use my phone while driving, since there'll be video evidence of that. Oops. Double check, make sure we have everything?
Yeah, I already did.
Julian's in the mall charging his phone because he has no power at his house.
Yes.
BBC News.
What are you in the mood for?
I love BBC.
Really?
BBC's awesome.
Migrants are headline news.
You learn so much.
In Italy, a boat lost in the Mediterranean and 40 people drowned.
I just like to see how long estimated time arrival stuff is.
You should just turn it off, because you're too dependent on technology.
I'm not dependent on it at all. I don't know why you think I am.
Because you're always playing with GPS and shit. We need to do a vacation without
In
GPS.
Sweden, the authorities are dealing with an unprecedented
map.
number of unaccompanied children.
I'm using it to see estimated time of arrival and stuff like that, that's all.
We'll be home.
I know how to get back.
It'll be about 10 o'clock.
In
Where are my
Hungary,
sunglasses?
they're building a fence to keep immigrants.
Where are you going?
And in Britain,
Did you not have them on you?
I have put them in the car, and then we started cleaning up things. Well, we'll do the top one.
100,000 migrants were recorded arriving in
Make sure you're not actually sitting on it.
3 times more than in July last year.
Down forward.
Numbers like this haven't been seen in more than 20 years. They're arriving in greatest numbers from Syria, Afghanistan, Eritrea and Nigeria, but also from Kosovo, Pakistan, Gambia, Mali and beyond.
They're here somewhere.
I know, but I also want them available for
Europe
long drive.
has been struggling to cope.
They're not going to get crushed by
Our
stuff that's
inquiry
moving
this
around.
week is looking for new solutions
Found 'em.
to what's being called a migration
Yeah,
crisis.
back
What else could Europe try?
It's one of the few gifts I still have for Noah.
Let's look at what Europe is trying.
Yeah, we really do need to have a vacation without technology. Get there when you get there.
Response.
No figuring out when you're gonna get there.
Personally, I have computations on
You're
most
welcome
days.
not to look at it.
Oh no, I
Elizabeth
mean
Collett
in
finds it
general.
hard to switch off. The director of the think tank, the Migration Policy Institute Europe, she spent time to talk to the inquiry during her holiday. Apparently, I can't take one.
Be just like when our parents had went out on vacation.
My mum, when she went on vacation, they had CB radios and stuff like that before cell
In her
phones.
office in Brussels, Elizabeth is thinking about the bigger picture, capsizing boats full of migrants dominating the headlines.
Well, I'm
But
putting
they're
one in
a
this car
tragic
as soon as I
symptom
can.
of a much deeper problem.
I still don't. I can't validate a good enough reason to have one.
Syria, but also
Places where cell phones don't work.
I don't want cell phones to work where I go, nor do I want people to get a hold of me.
No, I don't use them for general chat.
Or
I use them
even
for,
for
hey,
emergency.
I need a tow truck somewhere. Hey, I need an ambulance
I
somewhere.
still can't justify it.
That's your life, your choice.
No, it's not that. It's I can't justify being kidnapped that much. I go away to get away from it.
Yeah, having the ability to call for an ambulance in the middle of the remote.
But what happened 30 years ago?
They had CB radios 30
Did
years
your
ago.
mom have one?
Yeah, they actually did. So did my uncle. So did everyone, it seemed.
To another European country. Some are more popular than others. And this is creating tensions both within countries with respect to capacity, but across the EU.
Nice.
From the
Take a
point of view
ship.
of equity.
Really? Right
Everyone
there?
doing
Yeah,
their
in the
fair
water?
share
Or
to manage
No,
the
in the
system.
campground.
On the one
just
hand, it's a
shitting?
capacity
Yep,
issue,
in the open.
and what I
Into a
would call
bucket at
better
least?
by
Nope.
neighbour policies that
Good
certain
thing we didn't
countries
take
are
that one.
adopting.
Good
Countries
God.
to try and shift responsibility away from your own
That's
country.
gross.
Your burden.
Oh, are the eggs really safe up there in the back window
Crucial
where they
to
could
the
fall down?
problem is that
Oh, yeah,
EU
they're fine.
countries can't agree on how to share
Someone breaking
the
my
burden
car.
of the
That will just add to my messes.
I'll clean that one. They won't fall.
There is border management in terms of whether you want to create high walls and high fences, or whether you try and do intelligent border management that seeks to create security while facilitating a certain level of access to the European Union.
You know, when my dad went
it will
out,
be extremely difficult for
usually
the
took
EU in the coming
a spare
years.
tire.
Even the EU's effort to seize
So
or
funny.
destroy smugglers' boats isn't getting to the crux of the problem, she says. Fundamentally a short-term solution. To me, it's a political theatre. This idea that we
Hell, my dad got
things
lost for
seem to be doing
a couple, I think it was a couple weeks,
is ultimately effective.
out in the middle of the wilderness. I think my grandfather
I
looked
think
for
it's
him.
going to have to look for some bigger solutions, and we might be at that point where a more radical thinking is needed. The rest of this program is about what
Besides,
those
where my
bigger
dad was,
solutions
CB
might be.
radios would not
All
work.
of the expert witnesses
CB
we
radios
heard
work
from
everywhere, as long as
agree
there's
on
someone
one
able to
thing.
listen.
And there was no one
Migration
around.
is inevitable.
This
So,
is where he went.
what else could Europe try?
I'd like to get a claim.
Should we call that number once we're on the freeway, or do you just want to look it up later?
I'll look it up later.
Was that we decide who comes to this country and the manner in which they come. From the Prime Minister and the asylum seekers who arrived.
The only thing about this
without
BBC
prior
is they're dry.
authorization.
Let's leave it down a little bit until we actually have true GPS lock, or satellite lock. Having it cutting in and out is annoying.
I know.
No, I would love to take you up to where my dad had the plane. There's no one around for miles and miles and miles.
Can this car get there, or does it have to be
No,
4x4?
4x4 only. A two-wheel drive truck can get up there.
Could or couldn't?
Could.
I wouldn't trust a two-wheel drive truck like that out there, off-road. I don't know why they even bother with two-wheel drive trucks. I mean, it defeats the purpose for the most part, unless you're going to be a city dweller the whole time. But even
Actually, here's the funny thing. With a two-wheel drive vehicle, you can actually go farther than 4x4s.
how?
you
Considering
have
all 4x4s can be put into two-wheel.
You still have reduced turning radius with four-wheel drive because your fronts are locked. With two-wheel drive, you can
Good
actually
point.
turn tighter, which is where my dad would go with his two-wheel drive Chevy. And he'd explain and describe all the places he went, and all the guys were going bullshit. He couldn't get up there, and he went, see ya.
I believe it. Because like I said, Matt used to say, oh, there's no way you could get your loot wherever. And then I'd prove him wrong. It's based on how you drive it. You just have to compensate and know how to drive.
No, it's not compensating your.
No, I was
how to
referring
drive.
to my
Well, yeah.
with Matt.
But with a pickup truck, it's all turning radius, especially on switchback mountains. Especially on switchback mountains where only Suzuki Samurais can get to.
You know, when I was younger, I always wanted one of those Suzuki Samurais.
They're confident little vehicles.
No one makes anything like that anymore, do they? That size.
Jeep Wranglers are the closest you'll get. No one would dare try to make anything like that for North America. You can go through this.
I can't see it. I'm gonna be cautious. This is gonna be fun.
You're gonna have to back up.
I can't see at all.
Use your mirrors.
Fortunately, I can duck into there. I told you there were spots where two vehicles wouldn't fit.
That's only because he's got a dually. Like a dually will go farther than a two-wheel, than a single wheel, because you have a tighter turning radius with it.
Do those dualies give you more traction
No.
with the rear wheels because there's two of them?
No. All the dualies do is make you have the added payload capacity.
That dog is all excited. Little tiny tail wagging.
The lake is really calm right now.
No wind. This is the calm before the second storm.
What storm?
The second one that's going to hit Vancouver. There's another one on the way, apparently.
Where'd you find that?
Online.
Sweet.
The one that hit earlier today was one of two systems coming in, but the second one might not be as bad as the first one. Might not be. But I don't think they were expecting this one to be as bad as it was either.
Vancouver.
And the fact that it's only August.
Well, it's September now.
No, it's their August for another couple days.
Yeah.
But they don't usually start coming in until like October, these type of storms.
This winter's gonna be entertaining.
Warm and wet. Lots of storms, I bet.
Hopefully lots of bad storms.
Agreed. I'd like to see things shaken up a bit. For every the destruction, there's jobs that go with it for repair and renewal.
No, I'm in a condo, so I don't care.
Until a storm brings down a plane that crashes in your living room.
That'd be yours. They'd use to light the lights on the top of the towers.
We're going down. We're going to take as many people as we can.
Definitely your village.
Well, I was going to do a photograph with the three buildings and the moon. Everything was really beautiful the other day, but I didn't get home quick enough to do it because the clouds had dissipated. I was going to call it the Tri-Towers, and I was going to Photoshop a plane into the background. Hey, it's enough times it got on by. What is the towing capacity of a car like this? Not much, is it?
Yeah, 1,000 pounds.
Probably fit 1,000 pounds in the car.
Actually, here's the entertaining thing. To get your proper trailering weight, there's a mathematical formula that you have to use, and it combines the max vehicle weight with the trailer weight. And 9 times out of 10, vehicles are overweight. Like, for example, Ford Rangers. Oh, you can go through that. Ford Rangers. All you gotta do is stick the canopy on it and put the driver in it, and you're overweight.
For towing.
No, the vehicle's completely overweight.
How is that even possible if you put a canopy and a person in it?
Easy. The canopy is not standard equipment, so Ford does not have to engineer the vehicle for that.
Well, how heavy is a canopy?
About 300 pounds.
So if you put two 300-pound people in the car, it's also overweight.
Yep. Fun, eh?
It doesn't make sense because those vehicles are fairly big vehicles with big engines. It doesn't seem like that little
Doesn't.
weight.
Big engines don't mean shit. It's your brain. frame on the Ranger is not that big.
This doesn't even have a frame, it's the unibody. So this unibody can pull more than the Ford Ranger.
Not really.
You just said this can do 1,000.
Can tow up to 1,000. There's, like I said, there's a mathematical formula that you have to use to figure out what you can actually tow with it.
1,000 pounds worth of stuff being towed is not bad, but
That also includes
the
the
trailer
passengers
itself.
and the passengers in the car. It's a gross combined weight, vehicle weight that you're not allowed to exceed.
My other fear about roads like this is actually getting a flat. But I guess rocks like this doesn't really cause flats.
Nope.
It just wears down the tires more.
Nope. If you go slow enough, they don't. You're not spinning the tires out of the rocks. Very minimal wear.
So super sharp, jagged rocks aren't really going to pierce a tire?
Nope, you have to have a really pointy one to go through your tire. And usually if you encounter one of those, you're either going to break your car or you're going to break the rock.
I stay awake because the road has so much activity on it. Usually when I'm going around a corner, I'm honking a couple times too. This place doesn't seem like it has a lot of activity.
Well, it's weekend. Weekdays have more. Especially if we've got a private quarry.
Would you feel better if I apologized for doubting you?
No.
It wasn't even a doubting you, it was more the
Yeah.
reassurance side of me.
Yeah, that's a doubt.
I won't apologize if it makes no difference.
No, it won't. You'll just have to trust me next time and don't doubt.
You mean like the trip out to the portal that sent us the wrong way and we had to do a U-turn? Or did that not happen?
No, that was your GPS, not,
We weren't following that.
yeah, we were.
No, that wasn't what we were using.
No, we were using the
No,
Garmin.
no, I'm talking about when we went to the portal this morning, today. When you had to go the wrong way, and then we had to do a U-turn.
Well, that was the GPS telling me the wrong way. Because it said that there's no turn there.
The directions came from you, so...
Yeah, I know. But I was telling Matt off the GPS. It seems every time I follow the GPS, something fucks up.
Well, like I said, I had the wrong coordinates. This one had the right coordinates because I tagged it when we were in the campground. It was perfect to take us back. I actually trust TomTom more than the Garmin one. I've never really liked the map system on the Garmin one.
You just have to update it.
It is up to date. They only update every 2 years.
No, because it doesn't have the 120 on it. My mom's does now.
Well, I haven't brought it upstairs for like maybe, probably most of the year, so I'm pretty sure I'm due for an update. It was almost 2 years when I got it, and no update had been released yet, so it should have been updated by now. But I figured I'm gonna go back to being a flip phone, get an iPad with the SIM card in it, use Fongo as the phone number I give out to people. It will forward to my flip phone for calls, so I use the flip phone for calling, which is what I want the most. And texting can be done on the iPad, including SMS, because Fongo is SMS, which goes on that device, so I don't have to worry about trying to text with the stupid flip phone. That's the only thing that keeps me from using the flip phone full time is the texting part. it sucks doing T9. Not to mention, I'll truly be able to separate iMessage and SMS, because MSS will be a phone number and iMessage will be an email address.
It's actually a good thing that we're going back.
What?
My body needs fruit.
I really was feeling bad even suggesting it because I didn't want to ruin it for you.
No, I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well because I haven't had fruit.
Well, I guess I was going to whack off. I haven't done that in like a week. And just not feeling well. It was nice to get out, but
This is what we both needed, even lightly. Be relaxed.
next time, have the right equipment for rain, get there early enough to set up in the daytime, and be good for several days straight. I do like the two-person thing though. I mean, this was actually more enjoyable than almost any of our other trips. There always seems to be conflicting interest and drama. With just two people, it's just two people.
Well, that's because we had high maintenance people with us. Ken being one of the most high maintenance of all.
We went camping once with a couple other people that showed up, but we didn't really interact with them. They left earlier. Who was that? Like there was me, Joey, and Kale, Ken. There was another time where some other people came as well, but they left early.
Drew and Jason?
Yes, Drew and Jason.
No, they left at the same time as us.
Oh, I thought they left a day earlier than us. But they kept
Mark
to
left a day earlier.
But they kept it to themselves. They didn't really interact with us.
Well, they interacted with me. You guys just never really keep around.
Isn't that the one that me and Mark left together a day early?
Yes.
And he rode with me. That was one of the earliest times I met him. That was the first extended period of time in the car together, too. I liked him then. We seemed to have a lot more in common back then. I don't know if it was the fact that we're discovering each other out, or the fact that he was different. He seemed smarter with IT then, too.
Yeah, because Joey wasn't really in the picture like he is now.
And I personally don't mind little dings and scratches on a car because, as far as I'm concerned, a car is not something to be babied. It's a utility. It takes you places. You do things with it. If you baby it, like say you had a Porsche and never drive it, what's the point of having it? I'm not going to trash a car, but this type of stuff should be able to be done without having a second
Oh
thought.
my god, Trevor's going, power's out to over 4,000 or 500,000 people.
What does he care? He's in fucking Oregon. And more updates on the news on power situation, if it's any worse than it was before. Because Hydro was through tallying it, and it was at 450,000 the last time I looked at the tally. This is getting worse every time we go down it. There's a big boulder in the middle of the road.
Who the hell are all these people? They're liking my fucking shit.
Dude, when are you talking about that steak picture?
Yeah,
Does it show out to like the public or friends?
it's like friends. There's like unknowns.
tag anyone in it?
Nope. We're not posting on Facebook at all today.
Okay. Any particular reason why?
We're still camping.
No, since they're posting, you have that illusion.
No, because of geotag us.
Only if we choose to. But no posting. I'm going dark on my Facebook accounts anyways. I'm hoping when I set up my new Facebook accounts, actually I'm probably going to reactivate my old original one. That people actually will befriend me on it. I'm going to keep a much smaller, tighter group of friends. Piece of equipment around there.
Aha!
What? What?
Skytrain.
Yeah, power road on it?
No.
I can't see. What's wrong with it? What did it hit? A branch, a tree?
A tree fell on it.
That's a lot of damage to the car.
What are you looking for?
It's nothing. I'm just turning the camera. Yeah, that was 28 minutes to go through that.